Hey there, welcome back. We were getting ready to start operating round two. So let's go ahead and do that. Pay the privates. Don't forget to pay the K company, which is $40. So that helps it immensely. It's going to be able to afford a 3 train. It always does. This is the part where you start to regret some choices. So like if you went major, you're probably like glad you did. And if you didn't go major, you're sort of stuck going through this operating round, and uh, then you have to wait until the next stock phase to go. But anyways, MKV is up first. As you can see, MKV has some things to do. So one of them is we will go ahead and upgrade this Y tile. We can use any of them, so I'll just choose the one that we have the most of. Excuse me. Get that in. All right, so that's 2 points, and then it can do one more for 3. So we'll go ahead and just at least connect to the city. I know we need to probably bypass it, but it's good to connect. And then you got a 4, 8, 9, 10 run for MKV, which is pretty good. I didn't mean to do that, but all right. So what we did was we paid full, which is even if I add another $50 on here, he's not getting his 3 train. MKV's in trouble. Okay, I decided to stop guessing. So you can pay, split, or hold revenues. Pay is what we usually do. This is the pay full. This is the pay half. And then you can withhold the entire revenue. The restrictions are that a national has to pay full. The half revenue is a minor has to do half revenue, which is technically pay full, and you just own half the shares. I mean, it's the same as this, but anyways, that's what a minor does. But a major and other companies can also do it, is the key point. And you may not have half the shares like the case in a minor. And then you can withhold. And the part that was confusing me, it says that anybody can do it, except for the national or the minors, of course, because they're restricted. But majors and nationals adjust on the stock market, and then minors and regionals don't have to do anything. So why is this important? Well, we just paid 50-50, right? He made $100. I did not mean to do that. Excuse me again. So we gave $50 to the owner, but I could give the $50 to him and he'd be at 190. It's not enough to buy a train. So I mean, he doesn't move up or down on the stock market, but I'd rather give the $50 to him so he could turn around and buy shares, which will then give him his $50 back. I get it. Like, it's a little convoluted, but I'm not sure it's worth giving him the $50 at this point. He still doesn't have enough to buy a train. So the only risk is if he goes major. Right now he's first in the turn order. He's going to go major, which is going to put him up here, which is going to make him one of the last in the turn order. And then all the 4 trains going to get bought before he even gets a chance to go. That's the thing to worry about here. So not a great thing, but we are playing competitive. So that happens. DSJ is next. So DSJ is also in a bad spot, right? He's only got 90. He's going to be able to, claim some money here, but we can at least take a 6 for this. and then a 10 and an 11, 12, which is a great run. We can try to merge up to here, which would get even more money, but not with a 2 train, of course. And what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade this one for 2. And I think we need something that looks like this. There we go. And then there's his 3 track points. Then he can connect in and get up to there. But for now, it's a 12 run. So same deal, 120 plus 90. It would get him a 3 train. So what do we do? That would give him 210, which is enough for 3 without the pluses. I'm very torn on this because he's in the same boat. Now, obviously, he's going to get 60 of it, which puts him to 150. So he's going to have to go around where he still doesn't have a 3 train, and it could possibly melt. This was supposed to be my premium train. I mean, I did put money in BHB, which I had to pick one not to get the money. If he's able to if he's able to excuse me, if he's able to run without the 4 trains being melted, he'll be okay. That's the gamble. And I mean, how many do we have left? We have 13 left. There's a lot of companies here. You know, how many of them are going to be able to afford a 3 train? I mean, not a lot if you look at them. So, I mean, some of them already have a 3 train, which means they're not buying another one. I mean, the ones that have a 3 train clearly have an edge. I mean, there's a few. 1, 2, maybe, no, 3. Let's count that one as 4. 5, maybe? 6. I see 6 companies. Oh, this one should have bought one. Sorry. So there's 12 of them. That was an oversight on my part last night. So, I see 6 companies buying one, which is half. So then, here's the problem. That's this round. Then we're going to go into the next round, and all these people are going to be buying shares. So the companies that don't have 3 trains are going to be able to afford one. So then it's going to be, well, now it's a mad dash of who's going to be the first 6 to buy one. Well, we can now merge companies, which is fine. And then it's going to be the turn order. So obviously if you're up here, you're going to get to go earlier than the ones that are down here. So if you're down here in the low stock area, they're the ones that are going to get screwed. DSJ is near the top. I'm going to take the chance that DSJ will get another run. So, oh, come on. I got to take 60 off. All right. I'm taking the chance. That's a big chance. What's the worst case scenario? He loses that train, and then he's going to just go backwards on the stock market. Buy a 3 train, because I will have buy enough shares, right, for him to be able to afford a 3 train, but he'll have a turn where he makes nothing for me. That's bad. That's very bad. It's not a winning strategy by any means. Okay, and then yeah, you can see they're stocking up pretty nice. SB. So this is another one. Like, you know, you got the 140 here. Is he going to be able to afford a... He doesn't have enough track points to upgrade himself, but he can at least go through. We're going to do this for 2. And then do this. You know what? We'll do this one. 2, and then I guess we'll help get this connected for 3. So yeah, this is 4, 7, 8, 9. That if he holds it all, and he will. So he's going to take 90, and he's just going to take all of it, which means he doesn't get paid. Spend the money. He's going to nab one of those 3 trains. Now, he's setting himself up beautifully for the next operating round, but he hurt himself here, which is, I mean, this player would do this. Absolutely. So, Bell, we're going to get upgraded for 2. We'll take the one that has the most count. And then for 3, so yeah, Bell's got a lot of choices, but it's basically 9, 10, 11. So even at holding at 11, it's still not enough for Bell. So you can see, I'm not the only one. Russia's not the only one. There's a lot of us that are in this boat. So he's just going to pay full. He's going to be able to afford a train next time, but not this time. Even if we injected it with full money, it wasn't enough. Now, this is another company that usually can. So we're going to be able to run a full 3+3 now. And you can see that here. He will try to upgrade this. Oh, yeah, with one of these. So now we got 6, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17. He's cooking. Now, with the L company, you cannot withhold all. You have to pay half. And we'll go ahead and change color, pay the half. And it's not enough. And the game is made that way. Like now, again, by the next time, it will be enough. So that's the thing I'm worried about, because if I have to go major, which means these companies go before me, and he'll be able to buy one of those 3 trains on his next natural turn. Like maybe he'll get merged with somebody, but right now he's going to take one of those, and we're down to 11. Right, D company, that's us. Right, so we're sitting here. We also got some decent money. I mean, it's not we're not gonna be able to buy a 3 train, but we're gonna go ahead and do this. We'll grab the most popular one. I think it'll work. Uh-oh, it does not work. We need one like this. There we go. That's perfect. So get these on. Okay, so this is a plus 20 for us, which is good, because now we got a 6 and then another 6 for 12. And then we can do 13, 14, right? Eventually we can get London in there. And also the 14 plus 9, if we withhold, we can actually buy a 3 train. The thing is we're playing ruthless, So I gotta spend the 20 bucks and get this out here. Because to not do that, if somebody wants to pay and go through the port and put one there, they could, theoretically. So you gotta play defense. Now the problem is that puts him to 70, and what did we say? It was 14. That's not. I mean, it's enough for a 3 train without the dots. So I think we're okay with just paying half. And I'm not gonna switch stuff around. Just come in here and type it in. Because we can merge this with somebody, and there's other things we can do. So we'll pay the half. It's not enough to buy a train. It could have been, but the token was important, and that's part of the sacrifices here. SFR, and SFR has a 3 and a 2, so he's cooking. Now SFR would like to we got to get through the mountains, and then we got to connect to Berlin. And if we could just do a run through here and get to there, I mean, you can get your OE run in. So there's a lot of work to do, though. This is 2 points. Oh, and they can't even leave their area yet. But that's fine. That is not the one. Which one did I want? Well, it was this one. So there's 2 points and then 3, but SFR cannot go any further. Now, we could have tried to connect to this, but obviously there's a cost. But right now he's got a 4, 8, 12. Oh, he's got a 2. So here's a 4 and an 8 for 2. And then 9. So this is his 2 train. Then he has a, so that's a 9. This is 13, 17, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's really good money. And the crazy thing is look where it's all going. 24, all of it goes here. This is Tim's strategy in the fool right here. Or the gambler. That is definitely the way that he likes to go. Then we got the E train, which is over here. We can do some upgrades. I mean, this is not a bad one. Then we can help get this connected. For WW, I don't think WW needs the help per se. So what we're going to do is I think we're just going to upgrade this one. For 2. And then we can do that for 3. And the idea is we're bypassing this. It's a Y city. It's nice, but most people don't want to stop here. We just want to go up, connect to this, and then use this to get to St. Petersburg. All right, so E is 4, 8, 9, 10, just like the other ones. Take the money. Okay. Now it's F's turn, which is this guy. And yeah, F has been in a bit of a pickle, but he can put a token here and finally do a better run. Not that much better, but at least better than what he's had. So yes, he can afford the 20 bucks. So he's gonna claim a spot on, oh, sorry, here. So now he doesn't have the track points though to upgrade this. So he wants to help somehow, right? So he can at least upgrade this. Because again, we're looking at a situation here where he's going to possibly go national. So that's 2 points his national didn't have to spend. So anyways, 3, 7, 8 for him. Not the best in the world. And yeah, these are shaping up really well. You can see here SFR just did amazing. All right, who's next? Oh, we get to go. M. So we're always benefiting from the reds get auto upgraded. There's a chance if we can plow through here to put a token. So I would need 30 bucks plus 20 more. And I do think I get a discount. Oh, that's me here. I do get to take a 20% off, so it'll be 24 plus 20 more. And I'm close to being able to afford a train. Ooh, this is, so I can do a 9, 10, 11. If I did an 11, that would give me 215. Oh, it'd be close. I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna do the 3 train. I'm gonna do the 200. I'm sorry. 24 plus 20. We're gonna spend 44, which is a significant amount of money, but we're gonna claim a spot on MSP. That's gonna help DSJ to have. I mean, we got connection to London possibly, but it'll help BHP, any of them to, like, is it necessary? No, but remember, we're not doing gentlemen anymore. So you gotta take your stuff. All right, and then like I said, oh, it's a whistle stop. So we're gonna, I mean, this is worth 50, that's 40. I mean, I have a thing here now, so I can do 5, 10. I just made my revenue go up to 112, which is better. It's actually really good for a miner. And again, can I hold? Not anymore. Not enough anymore. So we'll pay half. Getting 60 bucks from him is really good though. Right, SFAI, similar deal. He's gonna go bunkers, but he's got the problem of he has to run a 3 train and a 2 train. So he's probably gonna have to pay for a token to be able to run his 2 train same way as SFR. He doesn't have enough points to get this down, or otherwise his 2 train's gonna do nothing. So 20 bucks spend for him, and he will block up this one, which is fine. And yeah, he's going to run exactly the same as SFR, which was a 240. And that all goes to him. So you can see I mean, we're doing okay, but he's full bore. K Company. Oh, right here. So similar deal. This belongs to the Russian. So if anything he would like to upgrade, see, this is why we did our move. K Company, well, actually they used both their tokens, but they would have absolutely tokened here, but they couldn't. And we actually blocked them, so they can't go through here, but it's fine. They're not going to upgrade any track. They will just run for a modest 9, 10, 11. They always have to pay half. And they're buying the train. So this always happens. K Company is always the first miner that can buy its own train. And that's why it's always the first one drafted. And okay, so that is one of them. We're down to 10. Which sounds like a lot, but there's a lot of companies out here. RCP is next. 2 plus 2. It's going to be able to do this for 1. Then it has 2 more track points. I think the best upgrade would probably be this one. Okay, and then that's his 3 points. He could not have upgraded Madrid, even if he wanted to. So he's looking at 3, 7, 8, 9. Come on. You have to pay attention. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it glitches. Okay, so yes, we paid full. Even if I gave him the other $45, as you can see, it's not enough for a 3 train. So just give him the money and let him sort it out later. Some of these may not want to go major, so they get a chance to buy those 3 trains. Because if they do go major, they're going to lose their chance. That's some of the strategy we're going to have to get into. All right, C Company. I forgot to decide whether they were going first or last. I actually don't think it matters this time. So we'll go ahead and go. And I really should have decided before we started. Yeah, he's got no money. Sure, he's going to be able to upgrade this, which will help him. So we're looking at 4, 8, 9, 10 for him. I could spend 20 and get into Paris, and that would make it a 11. So I'm spending 20 to get an extra 10. Technically 5 because I have to pay out dividends. You know, some people would possibly do that. Yeah, he's going to spend the 20. Get his token to here. And sure, he's going to run for 11 now. Pay is half. Take the money. That's the problem with a pure premium guy. He's always low in money, and all the shares cost so much. That's always his Achilles heel. All right, A company, which is here. Remember, they can't lay track outside, so they would love to merge. They can't upgrade this. But what they can do is start to try to bypass. So we're looking for one of these here. We seem to be using a lot of propellers. But, and then next turn, they'll be able to break through and at least get around this. But for now, I mean, it's still a good, it's decent. I mean, it's a 7 run. And no, they can't collect this either. See, the city's on the other side. So 4-7 is all the run. I mean, it was an okay spot, but it's definitely not paying well right now. But once we get past this hurdle, it'll finally come into its own. But yeah, right now it's not much. MZA, which is this guy. He's only got a 2+2. He's in bad shape, but we'll go ahead and get this upgraded. For 2. And then he could try to do this for 3. Doesn't help him, but it might help the other companies. Does he want to help the other companies? I mean, he's hurting. I'm going to say no. But he does have a 4, 8, 9, 10 run, which is fine, and he can still do this. Oh, actually, yeah. That's what he's going to do for his 3rd track point. So he's got a 10 run. Does he withhold it all? Otherwise, he's only going to get $50. He'll be at 120 instead of 170. He'll pay full. All right, now it's our H company, which we're in a similar boat, but it's actually looking good. But we also are in a similar boat that we can't upgrade this, so that's hurting us. You know, do we want to pay the 45? Because then we'll get a nicer bump. 4, 8, 9, 10. Actually, when you think of it that way, that's not that big of a bump. But here's the thing with the H company. It has 1 extra point. So this covers this, but it has 1 extra point. So we actually can hit New York for 60. So without upgrading any track, we're at 6, 10, 11, 12. So we don't have to do anything. And nice 120. Pay half. Take the money. And it's a minor. I can't withhold for a minor. The 125 is clearly not enough to buy a train, but he's doing very well. And that was good revenue for us. So now the B company goes. That's here. They're in Germany. Remember, they can do upgrades for less, for just 1 point. So, I feel like we should have done this last time. I feel like they should have been able to lay more track. This is the 3rd time we're doing an operating round, and this would have been the 1st operating round. This would have been the 2nd. So this would have been like the last time he went. Now we're going to do this operating round. And the challenge is always this one. I either upgrade this and drop my B token here. So that way I can run a more lucrative route. Or I upgrade this so I can get the London through Amsterdam route, which is going to be the same as Berlin. I could scoop in and take Berlin. The problem is that the Berlin taking is I'm interfering with BHP. Oh no, BHP is not this person's company. Oh, that would be the way. That would be the way. So screw BHP out of a Berlin token. Oh. I mean, BHP's got a London connection, so he could just still bypass Berlin and be fine. But that would be nefarious. Now, BHP could also do this and get the Berlin token there, but Kibbles and Bits should get his token in this turn. Or do we upgrade Amsterdam? That's the other. Upgrading Amsterdam is what was originally on the menu. Because, yeah, operating round 1, he did 1, 2, 3. This would have been operating round 2. So he is positioned. He could just swoop in here, and then he would just do a run, to here and only get one whistle stop. That would be 10, 11 run. Now, if he upgrades this, he would be able to do a 6, 10, 11, 12 run. So he does make more money if he upgrades this. All right, he does not get a discount. He's going to spend the 45 to get this out. It is more money, ultimately, for him to do. And because he only costs him 1 point, he could still do this one. And then he can grab this guy. So he's still successfully connected to Berlin. Now, if we want to, we could still drop a tile token here to block BHP. And we will. So he screwed any chances of getting a 3 train, but this is the ruthless way. So he's not even going to run with this. I mean, he could, actually, because it's the same 6 or 1/2 here. But anyways, it's 6, 10, 11, 12. So he blocked BHP out. So the 3 Berlin ones are going to go to... well, actually, see this BJV here? That's me. So if I go national, this is going to go away, and then BHP might be able to slide in and take that. I just got to set myself up to do that. Anyways, there's options here. But yeah, I'm sweating a little bit. Having the Saturday Night Live Christmas edition of Sweaty Balls. So anyways, 6, 10, 11, 12. That was a lot of work to make 120, but it will be fine. I think cash-wise, he's right back where he basically started the round. Okay, J Company. He's doing okay. He's got a lot of flexibility, but he can't lay more track this way, but he can help this guy. So he can go, for example, 1. Man, we're running out of track here. 2. And then 3. So he's just helping, because his companies are the Italian companies. And then the other thing to understand is we actually have the we have this mountain company he's not been using. We got to get this down. And last time I put it here, but that meant you needed to always do runs that go to Naples. We're thinking of maybe putting it here or even on these. So that way, every time you're using these to go to do your OE run, you're hitting it. The problem is, and we could put it down now, it's just that once we do, it's permanently locked. But there, now when he does his run, he's going to be able to count this as a whistle stop. So that is currently a whistle stop worth 20 bucks. So the yellow ones weren't worth anything anyways. So here we got a 4 because he can't upgrade this, but I can't go through this either. So we're looking at 3, 7, 8, and then 9, 10. Has to pay half. Get a 50. Still rolling in some great money there. Okay, G Company. He has the extra tile points, but he's Russia. And just keep in mind, he doesn't want to help the Italian company that much. So let's see what he wants to do. Like, he does not want to pay for this. But he can be a jerk and do this. 1, and then 2. So now they're going to have to pay to upgrade this to go through, and he's going to get 40 bucks. That is something that he would do. So yeah, he's just going to take 40 bucks, and then he's going to run his 2 train, and you're looking at 8, 9, 10. And he can't withhold in case. Now he had 5. I'm sorry. Yeah, 5 track points. He only spent 2. There's nothing else to spend because he's not going to help them connect. Now, is he helping himself? Because if he helps them connect, then technically, if he merges with a Russian company, the answer is no. He's not helping them connect. Russia doesn't have any reason to connect Russia to Italy. Just having a presence in Italy means that if you have an extra train, you can run something over here and it doesn't interfere with your track over there. But there's no incentive to help them. And he'll lay track if it's free, but you can see everything costs money, and he's not doing any money. Upgrading this might help. I mean, he's helping the Italians more, but he'll go ahead and do that. Because like I said, not helping people is... it sometimes backfires because your track belongs to everybody. I mean, I know I just contradicted myself, but this is something he will use, whereas this is not. At least not now. So yeah, fine. He did that, and he's done. And this is not more valuable until it's brown anyways, but you sort of do it now to get it positioned. All right, so that's everything, right? We're all the way to here. We have just one company, GWR, which I'm assuming is going to go up. And so, actually, GWR may not go up. That's right. GWR is in trouble, but we'll figure this out. We do have nice upgrades everywhere. And so GWR it is a major, so it can afford to do, oh, we don't have track connecting up to here. It can't afford, though, to do this for... That's 4 points. He still doesn't have connection to here, because that's all he has. But with a 2+2 train, he's easily doing a 6, 10, 11, 12. And that's not enough, because he has to do 135. So I'm going to take this off. So he did a 12, which is going to make him go backwards. And now here's the question. I got to do some math here. I apologize. I am at, if he's at $12 a share, he has 8 shares. Oh, that should be more than enough to pay full. So yeah, he'll pay full, and then he'll pay his $2.25. So he's in the same boat as everybody else. He didn't get ahead, but he still has his 3 train, which is good. All right, so that goes away, that token. And now we're to this token, which he is now a part of. So I'm just going to move this to the left one and put him in it, because this token is now here. So everybody has to make 110. We're going to start with Plum. Plum has his 3 train. He doesn't have his token that he needs to do his OE run, but he's close. But he's got a 3 and a 2 train. Somebody took the Paris from him, and he needs somewhere to go. So he's got this situation for 1. And then I don't know how we ran out of these. This is crazy. Like, we need another one of these. And I mean, does he have to spend 2 to upgrade it? Sure. So now he's spending 2 to upgrade it. That's not it. So that's 3. Then he'll use this here for 4. Then he'll upgrade this for 5, 6. All right, so why did he do that? Well, if he pays to put a token here, which he's going to have to. So Plum. He can run a 2 train from here to there. So he's looking at 4, 8, 9, 10. And then here he's got 5 for 15, 19, and 4, 23, and then 24, 25, 26. So that's a 260 run. And yeah, he'll pay full. Now, he can afford another 3 train. But I don't think that's the way he wants to go, because he needs 125 to buy those tokens. And I'm going to do it now. It's technically, he has to wait until the next turn to do it, but I just don't want to forget. So he's buying one of these Southern Seas token. So he's ready to do an OE run. He just needs another operating round. In particular, an operating round where this doesn't rust. So that's his dilemma. I mean, he is in a good spot. He's early in the turn order. Now we go to Chin. Same exact situation, just over on the Spain side, but he has enough track points that he can get Madrid upgraded here. So F is still blocking, but it's okay. This is to go through, and F is blocking to go into the mountains anyways. He's got his 1, 2, and then 3, and then his 1, 2 will be the same 2 locations, which he's allowed to do. He could also do a 1, 2, 3 like this, because he is connected with the ports. So, and in fact, that's exactly what he's going to do. Well, he could even do 1, 2, 3. Well, he'd have to do this. I'm trying to like here you can get 3 whistle stops, right? So if he did 1, 2, he'd have to count this one. That's the problem. Here we go. No. Okay, why am I changing my mind so much? If he does this 2 train, he gets to count this. But then I'm like, well, hey, you could just do 1, 2, 3, and then you get to count all these. I still think that's the better path, and then his 2 train is just not going to have any whistle stops. So we're looking at 5, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then 20, 24 with no whistle stops because he can't reuse track. 24 is a good run for him. So, and again, he just needs enough to buy a token. So I think paying in full is going to work. And again, I know it's out of turn order, but I just don't want to forget. So we're going to spend the money and get him a South Seas token. So he's prepared for an OE run. Voila. Kibbles and Bits is going to claim that. So he's going to upgrade this for 2. Yeah, we got to... what else could he do? I mean, he could connect down to here, which does not help him because this is not available to him. And he is blocked here. He could try to connect to BHB, but BHB is not his friend. So he does need to connect to this, because if he's coming out of Berlin this way, he needs to be able to turn up and go through here. So that was 2. This will be 4, and that'll be 6. So I think he needs something that looks like this. And he actually needs... Uh-oh. This one... Oh, that's right. This one never connected to Berlin straight. So this would be actually a propeller. We're using yet another one. So that's pretty wild, because that's bypassing Berlin. This connection here. So the B company would not be able to go straight through. But see, this was already here, and he's doing this. I mean, the other way he could do it is he could put a propeller down here and then go here and then connect in. But he wouldn't be able to do the upgrade now. Why does this matter? It matters because he's... this is his own companies he's impacting here. That B company belongs to him. So we're still using a precious propeller. So that's 4, and then this is 5, and he can't afford to connect in this turn. All right, and then Kibbles is sitting very low in money, so he's going to spend 20. Oh my gosh, he's in trouble. He has a 3 train and he has nowhere to go with it. So he did need to do this. And doing this doesn't help him at all. If you look at his 3 train situation, he's the 1, 2, 3, and he has nowhere for his 2 train to go. And as much as this sounds nice, he's got to do something else. Oh man, that changes things. Because if he puts a token here, he could run a nice 2 train and still do a 3 train. Yeah, he has to put the token here. These go away. Well, this goes back. This goes away. I spent 2 points on this. I'm going to have to take that back. Here's what he needs to do. He has to spend 2 points here. That is an absolute must. Okay. Then he has 4 more points. He can upgrade this to get him an extra 20 bucks, or he can upgrade this to get him an extra 10. Now, if he upgrades this and this, that helps him again, but then he's losing the revenue here. The problem is that he sort of doesn't want to help them, but he is helping himself. You know what? We're gonna do this. I know I'm changing my mind yet again. So we'll do that, and this one, we're just upgrading it so we can get the extra revenue here. All right, so now he is lower here, but he'll at least be able to run it for 7. And then this is 13, and then 17, 20, and then 1, 2, 3 for 23. No whistle stops over here. So 23. Decent run. He would not have been able to do that before. And that also opens the door for BHB to go in and snipe. And here you can see, now he didn't need to buy another train, so the revenue is fine. And I need to pause for a quick. Sorry there, I stepped away for a little bit. Okay, and then I think we have MSP is next. This is another interesting one. So we want to connect this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that was a good connection. And he still only has a 2 plus 2, right? Or no, he's got both. So he can connect to here. He could also connect, no, he cannot do this. So he's got a 1, 2. I mean, he's got his 3 figured out, but he doesn't know his 2 yet. So he spent 4 track points. He's going to have to spend this for 2 more. Yeah, see, like, we're running into... I don't recall a shortage of these ever playing this game. But yeah, that's perfect. So that was his 6 points. So he can't do a connection down to here, but what he can do is at least put a token here, which sort of sucks, because having a token here and a token here is not the most ideal for him. And that would let him do a 2 train down through here. Does he still want to do it? I think so. The problem is this: you can't remove tokens later, and he wants other companies up here, but having one on Moscow, it's not ideal at all. And he can't afford it, so sure, he'll spend 20 bucks. It's the only way he's going to get the extra revenue. Could he put one here? Yes, he could, but he'd have to pay to go over a C zone, which would make it 60 bucks. So that's not ideal either. Could he have put it down here? No, because this is blocking. If this were connected, he would probably put it down here. That's where he wants to put it. It's just it's not connected yet. So that's where he wanted to go. Anyways, we'll go ahead and it's 5, 10, right? 15, 16, 17, 18, and then 23, 25, 26, 27. That's an insane run. Pay that bad boy in full. I mean, he can afford another train. Does he need it? No. Should he buy it? I mean, maybe. I mean, some people do. They'll buy it, but the problem is now he needs to have another spot to run a 3 train. But I do think that this connection is going to get made. And we could even connect it to this so it can flow through here. So then you're looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4. He just needs 5 to get to Constantinople. So you could argue, okay, if he buys another 3 train, then he's immune from the if the 2s melt. That is true. Sometimes getting stuck with multiple 3 trains is bad because the 3s are going to melt too. Just not yet. So you will enjoy a few rounds where you get the nice extra revenue. But it's not always peaches and cream. I think he's going to wait. If anything, because, well, no, here's the other thing. He could buy it, and then when one of these other companies take a turn, they could just buy it from him. So we can guarantee that they're going to get their 3 train from him. Lizard's the only one that goes after him, I think. Yes. So the problem is I think Lizard's going to be able to afford its own 3 train anyways. So I don't think it's going to be an issue. All right, we won't buy it. Lawnmower's next. All right, they have a lot of upgraded things. They're very happy. Lawnmower is sitting on just a 2 train, and then he's going to need a 3. So he needs a lot of money to do that. So I don't know if he wants to pay for a token. That would be a bit of a problem for him. So yeah, we're just going to do the run. So we're looking at 6, 10, 11, 12 for lawnmower. And yeah, he needed everything he had for that train, which he will buy. And he would not have been able to afford a token. And so far, everybody's made the 110 that they needed. Then Lizard's going to be no different. He does have to pay for a token, and this is part of the issue, is he would have bought one here. But buying one up here is probably not a bad move, because they are connected now. So Lizard does need to pay 20. And that does hurt his train purchase power. So maybe we should have bought the 3 train and then just sold it to Lizard. And then he does get some track points here. Sorry, my dog is trying to jump up next to me, so I have to accommodate. She is very demanding. Aren't you? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then eventually it would be nice to connect to this so they could keep going, but we got to connect to here first, top priority. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, and I guess I screwed up. 5. All right, I don't think there's room for a 6. Actually, there is. He'll do it right here. This helps the national later. Oh, sometimes I grab it because there's more of these, but this helps connect that whistle stop, so we'll do it that way. And then, yeah, the token in MSP is necessary for him to do an OE run. And now we're looking at 5, 10, 11, 12 is all the more he can do. He's going to get most of that, though, so let's try it. Oh my gosh. Woo! 225. Spend. He's got $2 left. And here's the thing. We're down to 7. So the 3 trains are gobbling up. Everybody wants one. Not everybody's going to get one. That's the problem. And then we got BJV and WW, which I'm going to assume both of them are going to go up. They do only have 2 trains, I think, but actually no, BJV and WW already have their 3 train. I want to do an OE run right now with BJV. I have a 5 train. I'm sitting in Berlin. I'm going to do this connection. So this is 2. I know we keep cloning this, but we're going to. So that's 2, 3, and 4. Now I can pay 2 more points. I don't think I need to, but I could do it to upgrade something else. I'm trying to look to see what else I would upgrade. I'd probably upgrade something here just to help it when it becomes a national. So we'll just spend 2 points on this one. Oh, I always grab the wrong thing. This one will work. Okay. So there's a 6 point spent. And we got a 5 train. So here's, it's not going to be the most lucrative run, but it's going to be the OE run we're looking for. 6 for 1, 10 for 2, 14 for 3. Okay, I have no token here and no token here. So that's 4, 5. Oh, I need a 6. I got to pay for a token. Can I afford one? BJV has only $4. I cannot. What? I had this figured out. So 3 plus 2. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2. I need another one. Or I need to bypass this, which I can't do. I need a token here. And I don't have the ability to afford a token there. That hurts. Well, anyways, we're going to make good money. Because I can do a 1. And I could have upgraded this. So I could have done a 1, 2, 3. Oh, I hate... I'm just going to put this up here because we're going to grab it later. I'll put it right off the board. This is the one I need to upgrade. We needed one of those anyways. All right, so we're doing 1 for 6, 11, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's the 3 train. And then 24, 28, 29, 30 for the 2 train. So it's going to make good money, but we're not getting our OE run in. And pay full. That hurts. The +2 was not enough. And I don't know if he's going to be able to get a token down there now. So we may have ruined our chances. I thought we had this figured out. Yeah, if he would have been able to afford a token, this would have been a slam dunk. If he would have been able to just buy one of these South Sea tokens, that also would have been a slam dunk. So he could still do that. He could buy a South Sea token, so if somebody blocks him, well, then he can't go through and use the port. He could use this port, and as long as he has the South Sea token, he could still get through. It's going to cost him money. Wow. Or he bypass. Yeah, there's options, but not the cleanest. I mean, he clearly made enough money. And then WW is in the same boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But WW, I think, can afford to put a token there. Let's find out. Yeah, he can. So he'll pay 20 bucks. Block VJV from being able to go there. I mean, the rest of the Russian companies wants to maybe go through here, so he's still going to want to, you know, work his way down. They also probably want to do shenanigans so they can include this on the route down. So if they put track in here and here to be able to do a loop-de-loop, they probably would, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that way they can. Well, they're probably going to want to come down and then, yeah, and then do this to get down to, yeah, that's what they're going to do. So he would do a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is where it starts to get expensive. Probably this is the most expensive way through. This is probably the cheapest, but we're looking at 45, 45, and 30. These ones would at least get discounts, but this one will not. And does WW want to pay it? We spent 1, 2, 3, 4. He can at least put 2 more track down for 90. He gets 20% off. So that's 18 off. Puts him to 72. Remember, he's going to be a national, so yeah, we'll do 72. Are any of those whistle stops? One of them is. So here's 1. And there's 2. All right, so he plowed through. So even though he blocked us, he actually helped us in a way because we could take this and finish it ourselves. So there's options. But anyways, he is going to do 6, 10 for 2, 14 for 3. This one is skipped. This is 4. And then he's going to get 20, which is 16 for 5. And then he gets another 30, which is 19. So that's 19 for 5. Then 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's his 5 whistle stops. And he is the first to do an OE run. At 240, he will pay in full. And he goes up 1, 2 more. See, that's what I wanted to do, because now he's at the 100 block. So he's going to sell all 4 shares for $100 each. Take $400. Now that is after train purchase, so he can't buy a train or anything crazy. He the share sales are the very last thing that he can do. So why do this? Again, we're planning on making him into a national. He's going to give his train and his money to somebody else. Well, actually, he'll keep the train. He'll give his money to someone else, hopefully. And that's the final. And he was able to bump 3 times because that was his first ever OE run. Got to put this on him. So he is on the perfect spot. We wanted to do the same thing. We just couldn't. But you know what? Plum and Chin, they're on the same boat. So he was able to do it quicker than Plum and Chin, which was very, very impressive. Okay, that is the end of all of our operating rounds. So now we go to the stock phase, and this is why I'm worried, because all this money you see that everybody has is going to get surged into the companies, and those companies are then going to use that money to buy these 3 trains and accelerate the resting of the 2s. So we start with this guy, and companies like MZA need money bad. So the problem he has is he owns so many companies that he can't fund them all. Now, Plum and Chin are going to be okay. He doesn't have to worry about them. So nothing to do with them. Bell needs help. So does RCP, and so does WZA. And all 3 of them are in the cheap section. So if I make them majors, they're going to go last and very likely miss out on the green trains. If I keep them as regionals right now, they're going to get forced to become majors next time. But if I keep them as regionals, there's a chance that they'll be able to buy 3 trains before the other companies. And there's only 7 left. And if these 3 buy a 3 train, that's 3 of them. That's what has me worried, that I'm not going to get a chance to take my own turn. And I mean, where's DSJ? We're in a similar problem. Now, I may be forced to not go major for the same reason, because I need a 3 train and I want to be able to buy first. So that's the dilemma that we have right now. Now, he's got 772. These are only $60 shares. So he could buy and infuse $60 into these companies. If they do a 2-2 run, they have a 25% share. The idea is if they have 25% of the revenue, and you can see they made 110, 90, and 100. 25% of 100 is still $25. So he's sitting at 150 right now. So just play this out with me. If he puts 60 bucks in, you know, he gets another 25. Ooh, that's, I mean, it'll be a 3 train, but not a good one. But maybe we could buy another share, right? So that's the dilemma we have. So that's his turn. Now we go here. He's got a mountain of money, and he's looking at what everybody else is doing, and he's seeing that they're in trouble. So he may not want to go major either, because this is just making him great money. Now it's not letting him do OE runs, which he probably wants to do with one of these. So let me think this through. See, and SB's got a similar problem. He only has one token. They got to connect to France or somewhere. I mean, technically they are connected to France, but you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, and then however many cities they got to go through. 5, 6, and this is blocked at the moment. They're not getting their OE runs that easy. There is a Berlin connection, but this needs to be upgraded. And then it's actually blocked by kibbles and bits. So see, this is no longer friendly. So bear with me a second. Such a debate. So would he like to have one of these become a national? Absolutely. That's the whole plan. These guys make money with this happening. So if he does, he needs to do an OE run before the trains melt. I don't know if it's possible, because you have to go major to do an OE run. That's first. He is premium, so he will get to go up here. I think the challenge is he has to connect to either Paris or Berlin or St. Petersburg. He has none of that. He does have this nice little thing. If he upgrades this, he could bypass. So if he bypasses Vienna, he has a Berlin connection. He just needs to have a token somewhere along the way. Like he could put one here, for example. Heck, there's still one in Berlin available. I don't remember being able to go with BHB, but it's because BHB is not a major. That's why. So he does have some challenges because he has to get this connected and he has to bypass. That's 2 points, 4 points, 5 points. It is doable for 5 points. All right, so which one is going to go major, SFAI or SFR? I honestly don't think it matters. We should probably have SFR do it because he does not have a second token down. He already had to pay $20 for a token, so the next token is going to be $40, whereas his token will be cheaper to place. Now, somebody out here has the free token one, and it might be us, actually, now that I think about it. Nope, we got the harbor one. Who has the free token? He does. So he'll be able to place a token for free with one of these companies. That's good to know. Okay. So yes, SFR will go major. So what we're going to do is flip these over, and then I got to clone this. So we're at 4 shares. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he's going to major, which means that he's going to join the 120 club, right? And then the SFR is going to join this gravy train. This is going to move a lot, but for now, let's leave it like so. All right, so he has the option to pay 120 bucks, which he will do, to get another share of SFR. And then the 120 goes into his pool. So he's got enough to be able to afford to lay down a token and to pay for track, which, perfect. His plan is working. He's playing a perfect game so far. Okay, over here. He's ready to go national. Same problem. If he goes major with him, he'll miss out on an opportunity to get a 3 train. So we're going to give him 60 bucks. Take one of his shares. Now it's to us. We got similar dilemmas. We definitely want him to be able to do his OE run. We actually have all 6 shares, so we can't even do anything unless we merge him with somebody, which we don't want to do. So now we have BHB here and DSJ both have the dilemma that if I make them majors, I cannot. I'm gonna go around without. Here's the other problem: if you don't make them a major, they're not moving up on the stock track. And I'm breaking all my rules. Like, my rules are to go major immediately with everybody. And I'm sitting here. If we only went 1 operating round, I would say let's not go major. But we're going 2 operating rounds. And I do firmly believe that they're going to miss out on 3 trains and get stuck. Which means they'll go backwards and then forward, which is no different than not going major at all, actually, now that I think about it. So, yeah, we're just not going to go major. So we're going to spend... now, these guys are premium. So we're going to spend 90... It's 90, right? Yes. So I'm going to spend $90. Oh, that's the last share for him. But he'll have more than enough. I want to keep going and just finish my turn, but yeah, we got to take turns here. Everybody's major over here, so he is at least doing well in the premium department. I mean, who's going to be a national? That's a great question. I don't know. And right now, I mean, there's some signs that we can get a nice run going. It's getting there. I think I was setting him up to become a major. And I was trying to buy his shares to reflect that. I mean, KBS is... Everybody's sitting on 120 at the moment. Everybody has 3 trains. Like, he doesn't have a lot of money, but his companies are doing very well. Like, he's positioned extremely strong. Just doesn't have, you know, the shares. And these companies are going to make good money because since he doesn't have a lot of shares, they're going to be paying themselves when they run with these extra high. But I would like to get them enough so they can at least lay a token. And I am going to probably buy 1 share of everything with him. All right, so now we're back to this guy. So we just tried to help, I think it was MZA. And again, I need to help all 3. They're all in trouble. And at $60 each, so I'm going to spend 60 more. And I apologize. I gotta step away. Okay, so we are here. 2, 3, 4, 5. It is best to max out your shares for anybody that's going national. So we'll spend another 120, and he's got plenty of money now. We do want to do stuff with these other ones. Coming back to here, yeah, we got our dilemma. We are major with 2 companies. Well, 3 of them are major. This is the only one we're babysitting right now. They're all in okay shape. So if we're maxed out on WW. MSP and LZRD, where are they? These were not premium companies. They're not major either. Why did I click on major? Oh no, I screwed up royally. These companies are here. They're dead last in the order. And look at this. This is... Okay, so they went major, but they're not up here. That's the problem. So these guys are premiums. So they're all up here, but these guys are not. These 2 should have been down below. We're fine, because they still run at the end. Their 2s are probably going to melt before they get to go again. But yeah, their shares are not $60 is what I'm getting at. Their shares are currently at $80. And that's important for what I'm doing here. So, we're going to spend 60 more. Give him 60 more. Take the last share of MKB. Getting back to us. I was contemplating actually going major. But then we realized that going major doesn't, like, we'll go backwards and then forward. So it's no different than just staying regional for now. So I spent 90, bought a share of BHB. So I'm going to spend 90 and buy a share of DSJ. They're not going to make any money for themselves. Yeah, I'm sort of doing a blended strategy here. I'm not doing what I usually do. BJV is what I usually do. These other ones, the other problem is I can't do a merge unless I go major with these guys. I'm in so much trouble. So much trouble with them. All right. Wait, do I spent 90? Okay, I'm coming back to this. So his dilemma is 120. He's got to buy something. 2, 3, 4, 5. 120, 240. Yeah, he doesn't have enough to buy. Like, I wanted to buy another share of this. But let's say he does 120. And he's got to at least buy one share of this guy because he needs the boost, the money boost. So he can afford to lay tokens and stuff. And then he'll do one more for here later. Coming back to this. Yeah, all of them are hovering at the not enough money mark. Spend 60 for Bell. Getting back to here. He's up to his 6 for SFR, which is fine. SB. Now the problem with SB is nobody can afford to upgrade Vienna, and so he's sort of getting stuck. Also, somebody's got to be able to lay the track to keep going. So he needs a national. And that national needs to help him, because even if he gets this, he still has to get the rest of the way. So do we make SB into a major? He's only got the 2 share. And SB is one of the premiums. See, like, this is nonsense right here, because Lizard upgraded. So did MSP. Yeah, I just really screwed all that up. Like, these two are... anyways, let's focus. Yeah, he'll make this into a major. So 2, 4, 6, 8. And then when he makes that a major, he'll spend the 120. They'll take 120, he gets a share. Also, by making that a major, it goes here. See, like, GWR has no business. And then this goes to here. Okay. So he's got enough for his train. So we don't have to pump more into him if we don't want to. He's ready to go national. But he's not going to get to go... Well, he's going to get to sort of go first. But I think the trains are going to melt before he gets to go. So we're going to lose all this money. Not much I can do about that problem. Oh, I have a solution. We're going to go major with MKV. Yes. Yes, we are. We're going to go major with MKV. So, bing, bing, bing. That's 4 shares. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then he's going to buy one of them. after going major. So it's going to be $75. And this guy's going to get 75. Boom. Now, you might be thinking, what do you just went through all this rigmarole. He can merge with this one and get a 3 train. So that's the plan. We're going to do a merge with him. He'll get his 3 train that way. Now, could we have done something here? Well, no. And this is where I keep going back and forth. Like, dropping backwards to go forwards might still be the better play, because then you can at least lay extra track and set yourself up. If the 3 trains are gone, he needs $350 though to get back into business. So I could merge these, and then I'll have the $350, right? Or I just buy more shares. That also is a way to get them to their $350. The other thing is if they're a major, because they own more shares of themselves, they will make more money, which will allow them to afford the bigger trains later. So my concern is by delaying the major, I am hampering them from the ability to buy bigger trains later. But I am deeply concerned about the rusting happening before they get to go. But I honestly don't think I have a say in the matter. I just played poorly. And I hit a button. I don't know what that button was. There we go. All right, so I'm going to spend the 120. And we're going to go major with BHB. Now, just like all the other situations, we're going to get a share. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they get 120. So more than enough to pay for its train if it needs to. We come back to here. Spend the 120. Take 120. Companies are in great shape, but it's a little rocky. Do I do something about the C and B company? I need to think on that. We'll worry about it next time. Now we get to here where, remember, when the 2 trains rust, the miners become useless. So they won't be able to run anymore and make you any money. So you're gambling on, like, will they at least get to do one of the 2 operating rounds? And I think the answer is yes. They should be able to do at least one of the 2. It's a question of will they be able to do both? And I think the risk of them being, or the probability of them being able to do both is very low. I think there's a lot of trains that are itching to buy, or a lot of companies itching to buy a train. So, now this strategy is I'm trying to buy a train without going to major. Now, could I go to major and still buy a train? The problem is it's harder for them, like at least with DSJ and BHB. So like BHB joined this group, so he's at least in the go first group. This is the go last group. So it's a lot harder to justify bumping these guys up. Now MKV we did bump up though, and he's right here on the 75 track. And that is because we're going to merge him with the 3 train. So even though he's going dead last, he can at least get on the stock market track, and that actually helps remove him from this pool. And that's also one less green train, 3 train being purchased early. So we got that going on. There's a lot of scenarios here. And when it's your turn, it's hard to determine what the other players are going to do. But it does make sense that MKV can get saved by a merger instead of worrying about trying to get him to buy his own train. So this is the right path. It's just, and DSJ does get to go first, so he'll be guaranteed to get his 3 train before anybody else has a chance. But what I did was I actually delayed them. And I'm probably going to delay DSJ as well because I want them to be up here for all the other benefits that goes with it. So we're going to see how this shakes out. Now back to this. All that rigmarole was just to justify that these three companies, which are all three of his, they're going to go dead last and they're going to get shafted. And there is no 3 train for them to purchase. Now they might be able to purchase a 3 train from these guys after they do their OE run. But it's after, not before. And yeah, I think I'm forced to leave these as regionals right now. And then yes, they will buy 3 of the 7 3 trains as in the process. So we're gonna spend 60 more bucks, grab the last MZA, and they're gonna take 60. So they'll have more than enough. Now you could argue, okay, can you merge? Yes, we can. They'll get all this money. So they would go backwards and then forwards. So how's that any worse than going? That is a great question. It isn't worse. It's not worse at all. If they stay as a regional, yeah, they get their 3 trains. But then they'll go up here next operating rounds. Or they can go up there, go backwards, and then go forwards and still be in the same place, but then they get more track points and all that other stuff. That's a great question. I'm probably going to go major with them then. And even if they lose their trains, as long as they have enough to buy a train. So I got to be careful, though. I got to have 350. They'll go backwards and then forwards, but they should be able to do it. I think, actually, the difference is I'm going to make revenue on the 2 train. That revenue is going to go into his pocket. I'm going to lose that revenue if I go major. That's the problem. We'll try it. We're going to do, he's going to try to eke it out. So yeah, okay. Back to this. So we went major with SB. This guy's sold out. This guy is purchased as much as possible. So the only thing he can do is buy SB. So he'll just keep buying SB. Come over to here. And you want to buy as much, you want to get to your 6 shares before you do a merge. Because when you merge, you get a free share. So we're going to spend the $75. Take the $75, get the share, and then go on. Yeah, so I took the gamble of going back and forward, which means I may not collect revenue. My gamble with my companies is that I think that 3 trains will still be available when they get to go. Now, you got companies like this that are going to be rolling in money, but they may not want to buy another 3 train because they got the same dilemma. They're going to spend everything they have for a 3 train, and now they need to spend everything they have to keep up with the new trains. And sometimes it's better to just wait and then just buy the better train for, you know, 50 bucks more. So, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we're going to go major. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Spend 120. Take 120. DSJ is going to join this. DSJ leaves this. BHB left this. So SFAI is the only premium that has not left the queue. I wonder why these are so... Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 companies that have not gone major yet. These three, there's 4 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So everybody else should be major. I'm just checking. Major, major, major. And it is normal. The guy who plays this strategy does skirt this game where he refuses to go major because he wants the revenue. The full revenue, even with 3 trains. It sort of works, but it also hurts the company. That's the thing that's his drawback, his Achilles heel. Okay, we went major, so now it's this guy's turn. He does not have enough to buy anything else. So then the question is, are we merging? Well, the B company is okay. You know, if it merged with something else, would that help? Well, the answer is, like, GWR has a 2 train and a 3 train. So how's he going to run his 2 and 3? I mean, you could do the shenanigans where you're going from London to here as a 2 train, and then a 3 train could be 1, 2, 3. Like, you could do that kind of stuff. So he can run it. He does not need to do the merge. What's the value of having B company be separate? That's a great question. I don't know. B company lets you upgrade these tiles for just 1 point. I intentionally put them in Germany because KBS needs the help. I was thinking of making KBS a national, but you could have a British national, which is an interesting choice. If you merge this with a company that goes national, the superpower gets lost. So the national does not get to upgrade for 1 point, even though it was merged with a company that did do that at 1 point. That would actually be really cool if you could, because that would be a situation where a national would really benefit. Or like the one that gives you 2 extra track points, like you merge that with a national. That would be very cool, but it doesn't work that way. Now, obviously, being here helps a London company to get to the mainland without having to go through Lily. Because if this gets blocked up, which it can, and one of these companies, like Bell or whatever, should be putting a token here, or maybe even L, just so they can have a London spot. Yeah, the problem is they've been so hurting for money. That's the issue. L could probably do it. So do we merge? Where's the other one? C? Down here? Yes. We're going to merge C with GWR. All right. Now, I need to think this through, because there's this ability here to do a merge. So it says, remove the selected minor from the game. Make sure to transfer all assets to the major. All right. Okay. Now, the only problem with doing the merge now is I don't have the 6 shares like I have of this. Like, I probably should have bought 6 shares of GWR, now that I think about it. And KBS is not going to be the one that goes into a national. He will. So how many shares of this did I buy? I bought at least 1. I'm not going to be able to get to my 7. Ugh. So the problem with merging is you get a free share. And I want that free share to be my 7th share, not my 3rd or 4th. Now, why would I want to merge C with GWR? There's a really strategic reason. GWR is going to get to put tokens here and here, and with its 2 and 3 train, it will be able to do a 1, 2, 3, and then have a token, and then get here for 4, and do an OE run, and possibly do it before the Rust, which means that he could then turn into a national. Because it's always nice to have one national in your lineup. But this is the guy set up for the national, not him. Now, could you merge the C with KBS and do the same thing? Actually, we could. And the only thing to understand is that if they're going to turn into a national, then the C company gets lost. Now, KBS, if they spent 4 points, they can get these two merged. I don't know how quickly they'll be able to get this done as well. That's the problem. Where are they at in the turn order? They're going quick. And nobody before them is going to help them. They know that we want to do it with BJV, but we're way down here. Man. Alien's going to have 6 track points. 6 track points is not enough to connect Berlin with this. So yeah, we could force KBS to do it. Put 2 tokens here. KBS could do their run. Get their OE in time to go national. Or we could just say screw national. We don't need any of our companies. We're premium. We're Lord Premium. Although he has set up 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, he doesn't even have 6 shares. He's not going to merge anybody. He's going to ride it out. Sorry for all the deliberation, but these are really difficult choices, and I'm not sure I'm always making the most efficient or optimal of them. Spending 60. Get an RCP. Spending 120. So MKV is full. Yeah, he's going to do the merger. So we'll try it here. Train moves up. Train moves up. The $5 moves up. And then we're going to take this token, put it here. This other token we don't care about. So if I remove K, what this is saying is that it will give me a placard that'll let me connect it to this. Let's try it. So we're going to remove K. Anything else I need to do as part of the merger? I mean, I get a share for free. Done. All right, so he gives me this little cool thing. So yeah, we'll put it here because that's part of him. This doesn't matter. And yeah, he deleted all the... that's cool. And it probably got deleted out of here too. Yes. So K is no longer in the mix. But MKV now has income that it'll generate the rest of the game as well. It's going to need it because he only has 3 shares left. He's not going to be paying himself very much, and his share value is so low, he hasn't been getting much from us. But anyways, he's fine. So that merger is done. Now it's to us. We have been... so BJV is purchased out. I probably want to merge one of these companies, but I got to be careful because, see, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I'm going to spend 120. Get one more share of BJB. Then I can merge BJB with somebody. Haven't figured out who, but that'll help BHB. That'll help me get one more share of it, and he's ready to go. And then I should be able to afford another share of DSJ. So even though I'm concerned about my companies, I'm doing okay share-wise. Like, I'm able to buy my shares and feed my companies properly. Everything else, not so much. Okay, he's out of money. We're not merging. He passes. Here I am spending 60, taking 60, and just grabbing all the shares and then letting them, they can all afford a train. And remember, there's no mergers. And if these guys are going to be nationals, I don't want to merge these either. So he's pretty much done. And he can focus now on buying shares of these companies, which he should be doing. It's just that he had to bail these guys out first. So here we're going to spend 120, take 120. Oh, no, no, no. I don't know what happened there. Take and then take again. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I had 600 punched in. That was way too much money there. All right, going back over here. He's got plenty of money. He could buy some shares of something. MKV is bought out. WW is bought out. MSP and Lizard are both at $80 a share. So we're going to punch in 80. We're going to spend, take, so he's up to 4. And our cert limit, by the way, in a 5-player game is 29. It's pretty high. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Spend 120. Take 120. We're up to 5. We're actually going to be able to max out on all of our companies. I'm very happy with that. Pass. Now we got to buy, so Plum and Chin are both at 120. Spend money. Take money. Up to 4. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got money left over. He can buy other people's companies. He doesn't have to buy his own. So he could look at, hey, I see, Plum is doing pretty well. So he's going to spend 120. Take a share of Plum. Nothing stops him from being able to do something like that. And you never want to hold on to money. So could he theoretically buy a $60 share of something? Yeah, he could. And in fact, maybe he should. So rather than passing, at least invest in something that's going to grow. So coming back here, spend money, take money, MSP. Coming to here, we're going to spend 120, take 120. We're maxed out. And this guy is actually going to buy WW because WW did an OE run and it's worth $100. And he doesn't even have to give the money to WW because all the shares are over here. So he'll buy a share of WW and doesn't even help the other player. But that is good. I mean, he'll get some nice revenue from this, and it will grow. Coming back over to here, do we keep buying plum or do we buy, sort of like hop back and forth? I think it's 6 or 1/2, to be quite honest with you. So we're going to spend the money, buy another plum. He's up to 5. He'll at least get to max out at 6 for one of them. The chin is not going to get maxed out. He is going to spend 120 again. Take another plum. Because he sees a good company. And to be honest, it is a good company. 2, 3, 4, 5. Spend, take, get the last MSP. We're out of money, but now it's time to strongly consider mergers. And I do want to do this because since we got 6 shares, a merge is perfect for us. So let's look at our situation. We have DSJ, we have BHB. DSJ was always going to merge with D. That was always the plan. So let's do exactly that. He's going to take the company, the token. I'm assuming they're not going to destroy the token. So this puts DSJ, and yes, we will place both of the tokens firmly in London and here. All right, so if I click on this merge with D, let's see how this shakes out. So yeah, we get to throw this away, and then this is now a part of DSJ. I do like that, and yeah, we just got to hold on to the token. It is nicer to have, because it takes less space. It's not, and you don't have this big calculator thing. I forgot. Oh, crap. I forgot one thing. Like, we did the right thing. He has $140. It's to take the money. There we go. Now it's gone. Now we move it over. Toss that. DSJ stays where it is, and we are good. I like that merger. And then also, the big value is we get a free share. Okay, moving on to here. They bought their share, so now they're passing. They really can't do anything unless they want to merge. Then we go here. He's going to spend his 120 and at least max out his plum. So he's up to 6 on plum. Then we get to here. He's finally out of money. Does he want to merge? It's a great question. The miners don't really help him at all, because they're sort of like the miners are already just in the same place that he's in. They don't help SB to do anything. and they get extra track points, so they can be upgrading stuff to help with bypasses. We'll leave the miners be. I don't know. I mean, it's not like they need the money. These companies don't need the money at the moment. And at some point, he's going to go major, and he's going to want one of these. So I think we're fine. All right, so he'll pass, and then we get to here, and we're going to spend 80 to take 80 and start grabbing some lizards. We are out of money. Do we want to merge? The answer was yes. So we merged DSJ with this. DSJ cannot merge with anything else. So now who's going to merge with BHB? So we got M, who's up here. That's a perfect candidate to help DSJ to do the umbrella approach. BHB, H is way over here. H actually has a great run that it's doing without even needing BHB. Now, the problem, though, is it's not going to be able to... Well, maybe it could. No, it's going to run for 120 and get 60 of that. So he's not going to be able to buy that 3 train. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and merge them. Take 125 bucks, take the 2 train. And then we will take at least one of these tokens and put it here. We don't need this one. So BHB will merge with the H company. Let's go to H. I guess this was supposed to be something. There it is. I don't know why that disappeared. But yeah, so his tokens count as an extra 1, and then there'll be 2. So BHB can go to New York all day and night. So this is part of the route for BHB. And then, of course, he can also do this stuff. So I'm very happy with these mergers. And then this guy will have to merge next time, because I don't want to merge with BJV. So we're pretty much done. So here's a pass. 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 Spend. Take. Pass, 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 pass. He's down to 60 bucks. Let me make sure everybody really is low. Okay, so this guy's going to do something interesting. He's down to 60 bucks. He's going to spend his 60 bucks. Oh, nope, he can't. Never mind. There's no shares available. I was going to say, he's going to buy one of these, but they're actually all bought up. So, he can't do that, so he is done. And that puts us at 2 hours and 13 minutes. And I gotta do something in 15 minutes, so I'm not gonna be able to go any further. So I guess I'm gonna have to end it here. So thanks for watching. We'll start operating phase 1 coming up. And this is gonna be an extremely interesting round, because I'm really fearful some companies are gonna get hosed. But we'll see. Thanks for watching, and stay awesome.